Okay, so I think
yes. Yes. Debbie, what's the mean for me? Coach, not your bed.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing things a little bit differently. We have kicked the boys out and the girls are taking over. And on my right
it's Olivia,
Lala,
Rhoda,
Michelle,
Diddy. Okay, so the boys have been saying a lot over the last couple of weeks, and so we're here to tell them how we feel about everything they've been talking about thus far. We're going to go ahead and get started. Subscribe
and share,
and like and share, all of the above. Topic to discuss is the modern woman and the kitchen. Is there anyone who would like to start us off? I guess I can start us off.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I think the era or the age where women were supposed to stay in the kitchen has long passed us. Women can cook, men can cook, both ways. It's fine. Actually, there are more male chefs than female chefs now, which means that men can cook just as well as women, and it's okay if you're married. Even better sometimes. So if you're married or you're in a relationship with a man or a woman, and you're trying to decide what roles one person should fill where the kitchen is concerned, that conversation shouldn't even happen. Because if you care about somebody, you take care of them. So when I have the time, I don't mind cooking. But if I'm busy at work, the expectation shouldn't be that I go to work and come back and cook.
And also, I think that let's think about it this way: if in today Ghana, in the corporate Ghana, right? Work hours is from 9 to 5, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah. Or 8 to 5.
9 to 5.
7 to 8. So 9 to 5, right? I go to work 9 to 5. My husband goes to work to 9 to 5. You don't expect me to come to work, to come back home and cook for you. You go to work, I also go to work. Right now, we are sharing the responsibility 50-50. Yeah. So why do I have to take the responsibility as the 70% while you take 30? I feel like if we have to share, we have to be fair, right? If you cook and I come, okay, good. I don't mind. I don't.
It's even romantic.
I don't mind coming. I don't mind on weekends, right? Okay, I cook something and put in the fridge, right? But own country, I'm saying, did Gani adi so.
So let me also ask you a question. In the case where you marry a traditional man, a very traditional man,
we won't marry traditional men.
You don't have to marry.
You don't have to.
You know how some people grew up in a family where they didn't see their father do those things, so they don't think they should also do it.
But this is something that you discuss with
prior
relationship,
prior to the
right?
relationship.
You discuss with a man before you guys actually enter into a serious relationship.
You can discuss this, but during relationship, the moment for sure ring, no one's a sad dream.
Hey, that's trouser.
You don't stay with a man.
Relationship,
You don't live with a man before you get married. How would you know that? He can say, I'm going to help you, and then he's going to give excuses after he gets married.
I think at that point you have to start fighting him. You have to teach, I don't know. You have to do something drastic.
Because you're disrespectful.
I mean, he's actually the person who didn't actually honor his vows, because it won't make sense that actually you tell me that means you lied during this relationship, and I don't want to live with a liar, so I'll leave.
And I think also to Olivia's point, I think it's so important that before you enter into a relationship or a marriage, you're making sure that you're understanding who the other person is, and at the very least touching on the things that are important to you as an individual. Because if you feel like this whole issue with the cooking is going to be a problem later on, you make sure that you talk about it in the beginning. That way later, when he starts or she starts raising it up as an issue, you can say, we spoke about this before.
But what if he doesn't change?
Well, then throw him away.
Throw him away.
I think you definitely can't tell who somebody's going to be. You don't know what could happen and it change. But at the same time, how do I say? You as a woman, you can you're able to leave.
Yes.
I feel like a lot of people
will stay.
I don't know I know how women can be when they're in love. So as we say this, if you're able to stand on your word and leave, that's fine. But a lot of people maybe can't.
I feel like sometimes it's people's
when you're married to someone, I assume you're in love with it.
I think sometimes it's people's end point too, because like I said, I'm gonna help you get married. Maybe that may not be the reason why the woman thinks she should leave.
Yes.
Right? Something more has to come up for her to think, say, okay, this is the time for me to leave.
So that is very powerful.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And some
I
women
think-
are actually some women are actually very comfortable with men like that. They want to serve the men. They want to be the ones doing everything, kitchen, everything. That is how they also show their love.
Yeah.
And then they want the man to provide.
Okay, so Lala will give us her final thoughts on this thing, and we're gonna move right on to the next video.
Okay, so I think this is where communication comes in. So far as you are a couple, you are in a relationship with someone, you should be able to communicate with the person. Fine, you guys are in a relationship, the guy started doing something, you're not comfortable with. It's like the cooking we're talking about. You both do a 9 to 5, and then you come home, he's expecting you to cook at that time for him to eat. Even if he is the one who go home first, he's still expecting you to do that. I think you can sit down, talk about it, have like a more reasonable conversation, and then know what to do next, because you can't risk yourself, like your time and everything, because you also have to sleep. If there are kids in there, you have to take care of the kids and all that. So I feel like you talking about it would be the best thing to do. You can't just pack your things and leave.
Of course.
Yeah.
So,
for every woman.
in conclusion, know your partner, talk to your partner, and if it's still not working, well, exit stage left. Our next video to review is whether our happiness as people or individuals is dependent on a romantic relationship, or another way to ask this is that, can you be happy without being in a romantic relationship? Let's go. Okay.
First of
Or
all,
are you sorry? Are you asking?
Let's find a definition, Google definition of what a
No, are you saying that if we are in a relationship, the person has to be romantic, or that like if I decided
So to
to
break it
never
down,
be in a relationship,
can you be happy single for the rest of your life, or do you need to be in a relationship in order to be happier or find more happiness?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's another question. Yeah.
So basically, can you be happy single or in a partnership? That's all it is.
It's fine.
You can be
You are happy
happy
being
single, you
single.
can be happy.
Okay, to some point you can be happy single because that wedding, good morning, you didn't call.
But what's wrong with that? What's wrong
Charlie,
with that?
hey, that's stress.
Good morning.
No, every day good morning.
I expect good morning every day.
every day.
See, good morning, no.
You're not allowed in my phone at 6 a.m. I don't
Good
care
morning,
who you are.
Obeti. Me say, meet me at danger, our men through. Why did you sleep?
Oh no.
And then I want that question the be.
I'm not saying I'm unreasonable.
No.
No.
I'm not saying you can't fall asleep.
No, but like,
As in,
can't snap, but no.
You fell asleep without saying good night.
Oh man.
And then you
Sorry,
woke
I
up
know. Becca just say,
Are you sure the relationship is a romantic relationship?
let Olivia defend the definition.
So Google definition. Romantic relationship means marriage or a relationship between individuals involving casual or serious dating, sexual contact, intimacy, or any other conduct typically associated with a romantic or sexual
You
relationship.
can't do all that without a relationship too.
That is very true. That is
I
very,
don't
very
think
true. Yeah. See, I think that for me, I think when you can be happy in a relationship and you can also be happy single. The expectations are just different. Because when you're single, you don't have to think about another person or how they feel about the fact that you went to bed early or not. Personally, my phone goes on do not disturb at 9 p.m. every day.
But you say good night at least.
It goes on
Oh,
do
you
not
say
disturb at 9
good night.
p.m. No, but then if I'm busy, I go to work,
I don't
I come
know.
home, I have to go to the gym, I have to do my
Brother, I
schoolwork.
get
I'm busy.
wait till let's start it this morning. You didn't say good morning. Good morning. You go the whole day. You go and do your things. You don't even check in. And you don't say good night. And then you wake up the next morning. You don't say, are you in a relationship?
You can still be in a relationship.
No, that is not
not
a
a relationship. No, it is. Okay, see, I don't know. I feel, me personally,
I'm not.
I feel like when it comes to a relationship, as long as the foundation is there, as long as the trust is there, why do I need to be checking in on you daily?
But they always say out of is it okay.
But out of your busy schedule, you need to check.
I'm trying
Out
to
of sight,
understand
out of
you.
mind.
I'm trying to understand you, but then let's take it at this point. Not sexual relationship or not romantic relationship. A relationship with your parents. You text them. You greet them. You say good morning to them. You tell them you are going where you're going. You are doing something. Like you update them on almost everything you're doing. Right? That is. It's just
Allegedly.
Because I don't call my mom
because you're quite far from your mom, so you don't the time difference, right? But then once in a while you talk to her, you call, you check on her and all that. That's what Michelle is trying to say.
Okay.
Is the same thing.
I'm actually
the
what
same
I'm
thing.
trying to say. Are you saying that, like, if you don't talk to your partner for, let's say, Monday, you're fine?
For one day?
Like Monday, you don't talk to them, but you talk to them on Tuesday.
That's fine.
Oh,
They're saying that out of sight, out of mind. Is it
Not out of sight for 24 hours. Girl, if after 24 hours,
24 hours.
if after 24 hours I'm out of your mind or out of your... No.
That's exactly what you're doing. That's exactly what you're
I know
doing.
she's
I don't want you in my phone 3 times a day. Okay, final thoughts. We're rolling over. No,
So wait, what are your thoughts?
Yeah,
Let
final
me
thoughts.
ask your thoughts.
Lala,
Go
please.
ahead. Right, what
Wait, you guys calm down. Calm down. Wait. So are you trying to tell me that you can go a day
with a hand.
or two without talking to the man you're in a relationship with?
yes, please.
Oh my god.
Trust me.
She likes her space.
Okay, fine. You like
That's a
And
lot
the
of
one
things,
thing is,
so
okay, let me
that's a lot
explain
of
this
things.
to you guys. This is something that I make very clear in the very beginning, right?
Okay.
That way, that as you're entering into the relationship with me, you know what to expect, right? For me, I tell them right off bat, right? This is who I am. These are your expectations from your other people that you've been with. I don't have those expectations. I really, really don't. I don't need a good morning. I don't need a good night. I don't need a good afternoon. I don't need how are you doing today? I'm fine. If I was dying, I promise you would let me know. So, all of that is unnecessary. I know, it's very weird.
Okay, so what if you were living together?
Well, then that's different. I'm gonna see you anyway.
You
so
say
that's
the
different.
good morning.
In the morning.
You say the good
there's
morning.
this
That one
thing-
is fine.
There's this thing.
Because you're in my face.
These how do you call it? Is it ADHD? They have something called absent something.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what you have. So if the person is not inside,
She does it.
no,
She doesn't have that.
no, you don't have the ADHD. Or sorry to say, I don't. I just can't put it together.
Michelle sounds
So there's something called absent something. So if the person is not there, if you're not seeing the person, they don't come in mind. You don't think about them. Look, you think about them, but you don't have the feeling of checking up on them.
You feel they are okay.
Yeah, something like that. So you have to see them for you to react. If you don't see them, you're okay. You're not checking up on them, whether it's family or whoever. I think that's what's going on right now. It's not like you have a mental problem or anything. No, you don't have any of that.
No, but I
Thank God for that.
I can understand that because like me, I don't talk to my parents. Like when I lived abroad, I didn't like they'll text me like, oh, you have not texted me. But sincerely, I don't know, it just didn't come off my head. But then if I'm in a relationship, I feel like because I'm in a relationship, I have to think more.
Yeah.
Like I have to make the effort. She's not making the effort.
The effort.
It's not about not making the effort. I am thinking about you. I am thinking about you.
Let's talk about the happiness part.
Okay, so somebody knocked us out of the park with the happiness.
Yes,
I'll
you
say
can
I'm
be-
happy either way.
You can, yeah, you can be happy either way.
Yeah. Felicia?
Yes.
What do you think?
I think you'll be happy either way too.
But also there are some people who are like, who need a
Some people, because
relationship to
they
be-
actually need companionship.
No, but we are human beings.
Yes!
Everybody needs
Yeah.
companionship, but sometimes I feel like when you're single, you are able to to live your life more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're
I
able
think
to
so.
enjoy your singleness more, because sometimes when you're in a relationship, you have to share some of the moments with somebody.
Yeah.
Like what? Like if you go on a trip,
Even when you go on the trip, sometimes you have to share
like
those
you
moments
want
with
to
people
go on a
too.
trip alone.
Yes, and also,
Not really.
or sometimes it's when you go out to eat. No, sometimes eating by yourself is not fun, especially in certain places. You need somebody to go with you to eat with you. Me, I go out to eat with people because I wanted to pay the bills, but okay.
Alright, so we are going to move right along into the next video. Is it necessary for a man to take a woman out to a fancy restaurant on the first date?
Okay, so I think
Yes. Yes. Debbie, what's the mean for me?
No.
Coach, not your bed. First date, say,
It's intimate.
What if that's what you like? So I think on every first date
We would have been talking, right?
Debbie, it's in a date no crano. First date no crano. She bear no.
Dating, listen, dating, you just don't see me and say that, okay, let's meet tomorrow and go on a date. That's what I'm kind of saying. You have conversations.
Before dating happens, talking happens.
You talk it out. Before you go to the first date, you talk it out. This is what I like, this is what I like. We find a common ground. If I'm taking you on a first date, I'm not saying, okay, maybe you like to be active, I like to be active. So why don't we just go to an arcade instead of going to a fancy restaurant, right? That is where communications and conversations come in.
All right, now we are talking about restaurants.
True.
Restaurants.
So I want to
Let them be more back. Oh, be from a restaurant. Now they're fine. Ukra ka. Na kane ba na take
I met a guy on Saturday and then we went on a date on Thursday, and I'm just saying that because you're saying you have to talk about what you like. We didn't talk about anything, but everything was said on the date. And I think it's important for a man to take a woman to a fancy restaurant. Maybe some people, for me, I want a fancy
Personally,
good.
Okay, I mean, taking a woman to a fancy restaurant, right?
She's not.
Oh,
she has
sorry.
not
Okay,
landed
done.
yet.
Oh, sorry.
So on that date, we spoke about everything, and then we saw that there were some things I didn't like about him. There were some things, so we didn't have a second date. But then the first date, I want the nice appearance.
Not dressing it.
You know,
Yeah,
it was on point.
Okay.
If you want to make a good impression, taking a woman on a fancy date, it's a good thing. It's a safe bet. Right? I mean, I'm not crazy about fancy restaurant. But if you take me, I'm like, okay, it's nice and cool.
And fancy
but
doesn't equate expensive.
Yeah.
It can be nice without being expensive.
Yeah. But then again, should I throw in a question there? Is it right to go 50-50 on first dates?
Definitely not.
No. Me too. Me fear now. Be fine. Me call you. No. 50-50 say. 50-50 say. No.
Is it right to spend 50-50?
It's fine. No. It's fine. It's not.
It also depends on the country you're coming from.
You have to have skin in the game.
Mr. Can you get me cry?
I feel like that's on the line.
50-50. No.
I depend on the man.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Won't depend you. But me tell me there. And I'll be for me.
You don't want to go.
If you're coming,
You will go, but you pay.
motherland, please. The men
No, because 50-50 why?
men are
Let's circle back. Let's circle back to the question, Michelle.
Let's go.
Okay, so what I think is, if I'm talking to someone and then we are planning a date, I believe in, for the first time, the woman, I am supposed to pick a place, one, for say 2 reasons. Yeah. So I will choose where I want to go to. And then since we are already talking, and then I know you, and we've discussed a whole lot of things, so I know you, I know the kind of person you are, I know your efforts and everything, so I'll choose somewhere that can budget friendly for the two of us. If you're not able to cover the bill, then I should be able to cover it.
So
So it doesn't necessarily, just as you said, it can be fancy. Fancy does not mean expensive.
I mean, just to, agree and disagree. I definitely agree with the majority of what you said, but I do disagree with the fact that if you can't pay for it, I should pay for it. I'm not. What you interfere?
What I meant?
It's one thing. We get there and maybe you realize, oh my goodness, I'm sorry, I left my wallet. That's fine.
I know crying. No, you're true. You're making me feel first. You're true. I know what's saying. Let's check.
So I've never found myself in this situation before. But have you heard of men? Have you heard of like people going for dates and then at the end of the day the guy runs away?
Oh yes.
It happens. So that's the reason why we keep saying as a woman you have to have your money.
You're
going out, you're stepping out with someone, you have to have something somewhere.
Yes.
In case a person runs away, if the person faints, anything can happen.
Nanka we done in a macho. True.
I think that it's right. I think it's right for you to go 50-50. Because I feel like sometimes most men think that women like to depend on men. women that like to pay on dates.
See,
That's what
Felicia,
but that's
true.
that is the
We are
mentality.
straying away from the topic.
Yes,
and our time is running. So let's circle back.
Okay.
Me to say I don't mind any restaurants. I just a chop bar. Maybe to me, I think it's intimate. Like to watch someone put fufu in their mouth, it's too much.
It's so romantic.
And to over KFC.
No, but KFC. It depends on the
No,
type of
that
date.
KFC saying me I met to
No, I don't want KFC. In that moment, I don't want.
So you're okay with any restaurant?
I'm just saying, if
Bro,
we're passing by
different type of
KFC,
dates, right? So it can be just
Casual
casual
dates,
dates. So yeah.
Okay.
Me, I always say, me back Ghana, by my mom KFC, me go for pan.
Yes, me will
I like KFC.
me my taste.
5 pieces, 66.
I said that because man this one.
Wow.
Yes, 5 pieces, 66 on
No,
Mondays.
no, Mondays.
That day,
You have to then buy the whole KFC.
I have
Shut it down for the hour that
I have-
we're
I
having.
have a certain
some
taste.
men find joy in doing that.
In doing what?
In
Taking
taking
to KFC.
like
Yes.
So the
paying
thing
for
is, men
food.
have to provide.
Yes.
You have to
Yeah,
give as a
they
woman. You
take
have to
pride
give a
in
man
that.
chance.
Yes,
provide
to
you.
do it.
You
Be a
don't
provider.
reject.
Yes.
When a man wants to give you something, you don't reject it.
Or reject
That's
it.
what I was taught.
If you
That's
reject,
what I was taught.
man,
If I want to help you out,
I'll offer, say, do you mind if I pay?
I always offer.
If I offer.
Me
What's
personally,
okay, said no, then
first
I'll
date, second date, I always offer.
always
But at the
offer.
end of the day, if you take my offering, I'm gonna look at you differently, and we're not going back. All right. Final thoughts.
Okay.
I think it's fine. Really.
I think we've all had that fun at all.
On the first date,
I
split it.
personally, if the first day you want to pay, it's fine.
Side eye.
bruh,
Next.
bruh,
Next video.
I like
Okay,
free
so-
money.
Debbie.
So our next topic or our next video is it really hard to say no to a man who wants to be in a relationship with you?
It's not hard. For me, it's not hard. Me catch up, me pay. My no is my no. Me
yes is my yes.
Just say me pay what me pay. Ah,
Okay. Michelle was saying something.
I mean, I don't. Is it that like you've been dating and you realize that you don't like him?
Oh no, like right off the bat. Someone comes up to you and tries to like chat you up.
Typically, I let the person to me. I take the number and I block.
I like that approach.
I think sometimes I do the same thing too. I can say no to put up like up front. Like on my number, not on friend one time, and I said okay, an incident happened when I was back home, right before restaurants were DDA, and this man offered to pay for my food and drop a song. Oh, let me give him number man, or and I was sending me I could do fear and I'm see okay and I'm just me just hello and take them a blocking. No, I'm not gonna say no because we tell me with the carry and this canal but this canal me anything.
See, the thing is, me personally, Jay, I think maybe my mind just automatically goes to a dark place, but I'm scared to say no to men sometimes. Because some men do not take rejection well.
Yes.
So sometimes I'm very scared
Yeah.
to see how they react if I say no, I'm not interested. So like Michelle said, I will collect the number and then I'll block you. But also sometimes I found this about myself is that sometimes I get caught up in a moment. Like if I'm out having a good time, if I'm out having a good time and then a man comes up to me, I go, oh, you know, because I'm so happy. I say okay, sure, whatever, and I just give them my number. And then when I get clarity the next morning after I go to bed, I'm like, yeah, he was, you know, not what I was looking for. So then that's what I do. I just block them.
But you know, genuinely, you meet some people that they like you, but you want to maintain like a friendship kind of relationship with them. You don't want anything romantic.
like
The unfortunately, the men will think that apparently you are using them as they call their people.
True. So you just lay it from. See, I like you,
yeah.
but I want to be friends with you. I don't want to have a relationship.
hey,
with
I
I like
nice
you,
way.
but I love somebody else.
Nice one. So we can like you, but massa, no. Rather why?
Especially if you're in a relationship, I think you should be hard.
See,
Oh, yes.
Firm on
Yes,
your
yes, yes, yes.
No, if I'm not,
you can.
No, see, me in relationship.
Me?
Yeah. Now, me beginning me who o buy o to church room. Me so me to church room.
I feel like sometimes
Who are we not saying funny or spec? How about I know?
I say yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, spec, no,
Yeah, you know the kind of man you are. The funny thing is, then we went to Kaneshi. When did we go to Kaneshi? Yesterday.
yeah.
This man is sitting in the trotro. Me, I'm standing there buying something. Calling me to come to the trotro.
But then again, so I think
He's in, you're in a trotro too.
You two enjoy no pride.
No, me pride even would. But said I'm a pride part of the class everyone.
I feel so. I feel so. The problem is saying if the person is not your spec or you're not attracted to the person, it's easier for you to say no.
It's so easy.
But if the person is closer to your spec, no, I'm not about to choose now.
There be spec no what to say.
But Rhoda doesn't have a spec.
Or you're driving a car.
What's your
Brother,
tell
or
me?
you're driving a car.
And that any
Or
type of
you're
no, even to any type of car. Oh.
me pick and
So if you go with his parents, living with his parents, fine.
Hey, 250. Living with your parents, it's me me buy all them after I make
What if he
30.
does labor job? Like he's a carpenter.
Debbie, no.
But you know, some carpenters make a lot of money.
I know I know you're more than carpenters.
And mechanics and plumbers.
Even New York, plumbers couple miska.
Yeah.
They make a lot of money. Plumbers.
Yeah, the other side boys.
Brother,
What's your spec?
I don't know, boy.
So when she sees it,
She doesn't have a spec. I think whoever she sees, and then she feels
The
some
vibe.
attraction going, and then she
No, but then she
attraction,
said that
no.
she finds
She goes to the vibe.
Rhoda is a vibe typer.
No, that's the vibe.
One thing that I hate
You're going
is
to
vibes.
meet more
We
interesting
can't just
people.
vibe our way
Yes.
through things. We have to be serious about everything.
Of course.
Yeah,
Woman
I'm a
of
serious
integrity.
person. Yeah, I'm a
yes,
serious
some things
person.
are fun,
Woman
but
of
just for fun.
But I mean, we have to be clear with whatever we're doing. Oh, maybe it's just a fling. Fine, we go along and then
Define the relationship.
Oh, I love that. Yes, that is so
relationship.
important.
Minimum there was situation.
Situation. Friend said, every situation should not say relationship.
Yeah.
So a friend of mine got herself into this kind of
Situation.
So she was going along, like they were just moving along, like the vibes and all that. And then the time came, the guy was like, I said I'm being a CA and I said me man the pill.
Hey.
Me man
So I was rapping by myself.
No, but then that's why I think in 3 weeks you make it clear. If you
But
go
as I said, my family
you have to say what are we. I know it can be a hard question, but you have to add what are we.
What are we?
See.
So me, I feel like right now. Okay, so back to the main question. I, for instance, if I don't like you, I can go straight to the point and then tell you no. Yeah. Because I found myself in situations whereby you tell the person no, the person comes back trying to
maneuver his ways.
Yeah, I don't like that thing. If I don't like you, I don't like you. I'll go straight to the point, tell you, but I'll be nice with how.
That's another point too.
So, oh, I'm so sorry, I can't do this for you. Maybe you can find someone.
And then also, so I feel say what Lala made a good point. Say it's how you tell the person, because women like to belittle men when they think that they are better than the men.
Like, oh, you're
That is another thing. I feel say you have
To say yeah, it's not true. Now it's true.
The next thing goes to an office.
So then, brother, if you were the rich, like say we're rich, so you can be with them for professional.
See, church boy in a crowd when you feel.
No, if he's beautiful.
Basa.
Rhoda, what's your spec?
Ask Rhoda please on what her spec is. We're going to move on to the next video.
So we'll come back.
And then we'll come back to be spec.
You
know, there's some people that sit in trotro for just
fun and giggles.
Some me pay.
No, me
because
for fun.
omo be kon tokwa. That be me toka. Me pay church.
No, me.
So, our next video, our next topic for discussion is: can you tell if it is love or manipulation?
That's a good question. Because some people are
Yes,
going,
Michelle.
Me, I don't know.
Lover girl.
Love. If I'm in love and I'm feeling fine, I'll allow it.
Even if it's manipulation.
I don't know if it's manipulation.
Okay.
How do you even tell?
If you are
I
in
don't know,
love,
I'm feeling fine.
if you are in love with the
when
person,
you are high on some cheap shit.
Men pay say omo be manipulate ladies be brave.
Yes.
Because me feel say odo. But no, no.
But you know,
Are you doing it because he loves you or you're in love with him?
Me not cause I'm really love.
so the thing is, I think the mistake we women we make is when we're talking, we list everything out for them.
We become vulnerable.
The stage where the person asks you, what do you want in a man? What type of man do you like? You end up saying, oh, I want my man like this. I want to do this.
Pretending.
So the guy will do everything
to get
just to please you.
It was a mini spec.
But is that a normal thing?
No.
No.
Ideally, I feel like you're not supposed to tell the man all those things.
Yes.
Let the man try and figure it out himself.
Okay.
But then if he asks you,
That makes the relationship more adventurous.
So Obisawa Obakande.
So Obisawa, oh, I have my type of man. Oh, maybe fine. I like men with great personalities. It's a
Summarize it, yeah.
It's a vague answer. So the person is now has to like figure
it out.
Yeah. On dissecting.
I mean, the good thing is in this new age, or this is not really a new age anymore. There are so many words that have been made up to describe how men treat women or deal with women, like gaslighting, like love bombing, all of these things. For example, I knew this person who said he was interested, right? And then it became a thing of like every day. By the time I would come to work, he would get me breakfast. When it was lunchtime, he would offer like, oh, do you want me to get you a smoothie when I go outside? In the beginning, I thought, oh, that's really cute, right? Oh, that's very nice of him. He's thinking about my needs, yada, yada, yada. But then about 3 weeks to a month in, it began to feel like he was trying to get me to do certain things because he was doing these things.
like what?
For example, when I came into work and I would bring stuff for like somebody specifically, like one of my coworkers had told me she liked something. So when I'm coming into work, I'll get that if it's on my way. And then it's like, oh, after all this time, you never even get me something, but you bring something to work for somebody. Right? So then you start to notice that, okay,
my
he's
question,
not
did
doing
you ask him to get you those things?
No.
Wait, so you're sounding like what said the man is that she like you said a tree. One bum said he didn't come in.
Oh, okay, I mean, I'm so pill, whatever like that.
Something like that.
No, my issue isn't with the fact that he wants me to do something for him. My issue is that with the fact that he's basing that off of what he's done for me.
I want to be so manipulative.
Because I don't like, and that was like, I had gotten him things before.
Oh,
okay. If I buy stuff, if I go get breakfast, I don't mind getting breakfast for you as well.
Fine.
But it was the fact that it was like, oh, well, I got you breakfast, I got you lunch, I got you dinner, and you can't even exactly.
I mean, if you did like you should,
It's not by force.
It's not by force. It's really not by force. So I think if you really pay attention to like the little things, you'll be able to tell if it's actually love or if it's manipulation.
Okay, me, my own is that I fall in love first.
Okay.
At no point. I won't.
I'm a seeing kind of girl. Like I don't see someone and immediately think, oh, I'm falling in love. No,
really?
I have to see something.
As a church girl. Prophetess.
Let's listen to the church girl.
I follow the Bible's definition of love.
Okay.
Because love is not a small thing. Love is
Unconditional.
Jesus.
Love is Jesus. You heard it here first. Love is Jesus. Jesus is love.
It's so hard to love somebody with so many flaws. It's very hard. So I'm able to tell if a man loves me by the Bible's definition in 1 Corinthians 13. It says love is kind. Let me read it.
Love is patient. Love is kind.
Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth.
Amen.
All right, that's our church.
This is the way of the Lord.
I don't know.
Love in the Bible. That's what I follow.
I don't know. If you see someone and you like them, you do things, nice things for them. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's not about whether you do nice things or not. It's like, what do they start saying after you start doing those nice things, right? I quite say, oh, my top channel. And for that reason, you should be able to do A, B, C, and D.
No.
Therapy helps.
Final thoughts. Our time is final thoughts.
Okay.
I believe fall in love. I believe in love.
We all believe in
We all
love,
believe in
but
love.
fall in love with the right person
at the right time.
Yes.